Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to episode. What episode are we in? 15.
14.
And in this
14 and a half.
episode, we have another special guest, our cousin Aylin. I don't know if she wants to introduce herself real quick.
Hi.
That's it.
That's all the introduction. Introduction we need.
It's gonna be a very long podcast.
yeah.
Huh?
What's your
Pretty
first
much.
name? What's your last name? What's your height? What's your social security number? What's your bank account number?
Okay, so then my name is Aylin Hernandez. I was first and last. I am 21 years young. No, I'm 26.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's okay. What else?
Your social security
How
number?
tall are you? How tall are you?
I am 4'2". My social security number is 125934. I don't even know if
There
that's
you
the
go.
right amount of digits. Yeah. Anyways, no. Okay, I'm 5'2", so same thing as 4'2", but whatever.
It's really tiny.
I know.
But okay.
I mean, I'm very tiny, so. Anyways,
Also,
I don't know what else to say.
if you guys noticed,
Big juicy
yeah.
biceps.
Yeah.
You told me to introduce myself.
It's true. That's
So.
a good one. That's a good introduction.
That was so random, though.
Damn, that was the whole. Do it again, Arlene, and do Krista at the same time. Damn, that's such a difference.
Wait. Nah,
I'm
we look
literally
the same.
flexing as hard as I can right now. We're basically
I'm wearing
the
a long
same.
sleeve. You can't tell. It just has the appearance. I have big juicy biceps.
Crystal, your arm. Crystal, go like this.
Yeah, just put it away, Krista. Put it away.
Excuse me, do you have a license to carry those guns?
Oh.
Good one. Good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. I was so confused when she's like to carry something. Go ahead.
I think it's kind of funny to bring up real quick. Arlene and Aylin, they have similar
Yeah.
names, but they're different. I think a lot of people get them confused, which is kind of funny.
All the
No,
time.
it's still, yeah, it's like a common
Yeah.
thing. We have to like
Like
constantly say it.
No.
I like that Kevin had to say they're similar names, but they're different.
that's true. Well, I was
No,
gonna bring up something, but
they sound similar, but
Like
they're different.
you just had to say
Yeah.
they sound similar. That's it. You
Yeah.
don't say
They're even
They're
spelled
similar?
different, but we do
Yeah. Like Eileen's Y is before the L, mine is after the L.
Yeah, and I don't have an R.
Yeah. And I don't have an I.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty different.
Very
yeah, very
Unique.
different.
Mhm.
Unique. What you
Yes.
call it? So the way, how is Arlene related to us? So
I don't know.
the
just here, man.
Start that.
I just showed up.
She really did. She really just like
I just popped out. Actually, no. I was here first. I'm older than all of you, actually.
That's
Yeah.
not
that's
true.
true. She is.
that's true.
So actually, you guys popped up.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
does
very
anyone
true.
explain it?
No, I'm just
Does anyone want to explain it?
So it
Or
goes
let's not have
mama.
Crystal.
We all-
Let's
we
not
all
have Crystal.
come. This is easy. We all come from the same great grandma. Okay.
Yeah.
Our great grandma had 3 daughters. Arlene's grandma is one of those daughters. Yeah.
And
That's
from
it.
Eileen's
Pretty much.
That's it.
not from Eileen's grandma.
That was
And then
it.
from
Came.
Arlene's grandma, she had 2 kids.
Oh, she had 2 kids, and
Nancy
Arlene is the
and,
offspring of one of the children.
Yeah.
So
And then
much.
Literally, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then who's she closer to? Like from me to you guys? Isn't she closer to you technically?
Like in the family tree?
Family tree. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, I don't think so because
I think it's literally the same thing because either way, you know what? I lost my train of thought. Go
No,
ahead.
it's all the same thing because all those three daughters that our great grandma had each had daughters,
Yeah.
and all of
Yeah,
us
that's true.
each had
the
kids,
subject of
and we're
those
all
daughters
from those
or
offsprings.
sons.
Yeah, in my case, son.
Yes.
Also,
A lot of
but
people.
we didn't really grow up too much with Arlene. She was. You want to explain your situation? Well, I mean, it's different because we're.
You really want me to explain the
Well,
situation?
I mean, not completely the situation, but like kind of like why we didn't grow up with you as much because compared to me, like
So
because you were more with your mom's side than your dad's
I
side.
think
pretty
that's the
much.
best way to
yeah,
say.
but that wasn't.
or
Your
just
dad's
That's
side
really
side.
the best
Yeah.
way to explain it.
Yeah, but I'd like to clarify that wasn't by choice.
Yep, never by choice.
There you
That's
go.
not true.
There's your explanation.
We used to be together as kids, and then after a while, Arlene was like, this side of the family kind of sucks, so she's not gonna hang out with us anymore.
Yeah. No, literally.
Exactly.
I was
And
like, these
then
losers.
yeah, it's been how
Like, I
many
can't.
years? And this is the first time we're talking to her. I don't even
I
know
don't know.
how
What-
she got onto the podcast, if I'm being honest. We didn't even
literally.
invite her.
Yeah,
Surprise to me.
Yeah,
So
she
wait,
snuck into my house and stuff.
Wait,
like
wait.
Damn. I
We're
don't know.
talking about
I haven't seen them in like 35 years, and yet somehow they
5
got
years.
they got into contact with me, and now I'm here. I don't even know how I got here.
It's insane.
Wait,
It's insane.
talking about invitation. Remember the first thing you said, Crystal, about who didn't make it to the thing?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the one that said don't flake.
So
Yeah.
Arlene was supposed to be on the podcast originally, but
She
she had
was.
other
Okay.
options.
First
Other
of all,
options?
first of all, I said I was down, but on the very first meeting, you guys were like, "Let's make it in Lancaster," and I was like, "Hold on, honey, I got work on Monday." So
We literally said just FaceTime. We gave you the option to just call, and then when it came down to the actual date, she's like, "Oh, I can't. I'm at dinner."
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that. You're like, I would go, but I'm at dinner right now.
I mean, that could be a possibility. I don't remember it happening that way, but you might be right. You might be right. I'll give you
Well,
guys
yeah.
this one. I'll give you guys this one.
But we still had to bring her on because she's definitely closer to us now that we're older, and we always like celebrate a lot of stuff together.
And I can actually choose where I want to go.
I get so quiet.
Yes.
It's such an awkward pause.
Yes.
Um,
You should
So-
just stay silent for the next hour. Ready? Set.
I'm
go.
down. And go. I lost. Okay. So what do you do for Arlene? I think you're a teacher, right?
Yeah, I'm a high school Spanish teacher.
Oh, wow.
What? That's insane.
How's
No,
that?
literally because like I don't even speak
Me llamo
Spanish, so I don't
Arlene.
know how I got this job.
Oh
How
wait,
did
can
you
I
get that
answer
job?
that question?
Yeah.
Wait, so okay, keep going. Actually, keep going. We'll go back to that question.
Go back to what?
You said because you're like, oh, I don't know how I'm a Spanish teacher, but that goes back to the question. One of our episodes. I don't know how many episodes ago that was about
Did she
being a
freeze
no
for you
sabo.
guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, she froze. Uh-huh.
Is that Wi-Fi?
Uh-huh.
What were you saying, Aylin?
Are
Can
you
you
consider
repeat that
yourself
one
a
more
no
time?
sabo kid?
No, I am definitely not a no sabo kid.
But you just said right now that you don't speak Spanish.
No, obviously I do, otherwise I wouldn't have gotten this job. I don't know, I like saying that. Like my students, I tell my students that all the time, every time they ask me something, like, okay, yes, I speak Spanish, but I don't know every single word there is in the whole Spanish dictionary in all the world that speaks Spanish, and then also sometimes you get brain farts, just like in English, where like you're trying to think of a word and you can't think of it, you have a brain fart. that happens to me sometimes in the classroom too. Like they'll ask me questions one student asked me, they're like, oh, how do you say cul-de-sac? And I was like, I don't know, I've never heard of that word in Spanish. I don't even think we have like a literal translation. And so whenever stuff like that happens, I'll tell them, oh, I don't know, like check the dictionary, because I give them Spanish to English dictionaries so they can use while they're, checking, because not all the kids want to ask me sometimes. Sometimes they're shy, or I don't know. I just give them that option instead of using Google Translate, because I really want them to learn. And so when I tell them, oh, I'm not sure, they'll say, wait, but don't you speak Spanish? And so every time they tell me that, I tell them no, even though I literally teach to them in Spanish. So I'll tell them, no, I don't speak Spanish. And then they'll ask me the same thing every single time. How'd you get this job? I don't know. I just showed up. So
That's too funny.
I love that. That'd be kind of fun to have a teacher like that.
Wait,
yeah.
how long have you been teaching now?
Like teaching. So this is my first year officially. Like, it's my classroom. My name is on my students' like schedule. So it's only been, I started in August, so it is at like 4 months, something like that.
Yeah.
But like in the classroom since August of 2022, but I've done like different things. So I started off as a behavioral support specialist. So basically what I did was I worked one-on-one with students inside the classroom who have either behavioral needs or specific learning disorders, things like that. My student at the time had behavioral issues. So basically, anytime that she would get upset, like there were times where she would lash out and like throw her desk or throw materials and things like that. And so I basically had to like calm her down. So she was my one-on-one. So I had to work literally one-on-one. Like I had to sit at a desk next to her to make sure she would complete her assignments and stuff. But then we also had another classroom where it was TK, kinder, and first graders all in one classroom, and I think they had maybe like 15 students. But that classroom, we had a lot of behavior issues. So even though I had a one-on-one, if a student was right out of the classroom, I would have to go run, after the student to get him back in the class. Or if we had a student, because we had one student who was like, he was literally a danger to all the other students, because he would throw desk, like he would go, like he would hit me basically, like yeah. At that job, I got spit on, I got punched, I got slapped, I got bit, like crazy. So that's where I started, and that didn't last long. But the only reason I started there was because my educational background isn't in education. I actually went to school to be a physical therapist, and then after I graduated, got my diploma and everything, I was finishing my prerequisites so I can apply to PT school. And I was literally in the middle of an assignment. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I was like, but I don't want to quit, because I already graduated, got my bachelor's and everything. But I was like, okay, I'll quit, but I need to have something like the next thing. And so I thought about all the jobs that I really liked, and the only one that came to mind that I like really, really enjoyed is when I was an outreach intern for Cal State Northridge, where I worked with high schoolers and I did presentations, and I worked at community colleges and things like that. So that's kind of what led me to the pathway of education. And then since I didn't have any background in education, I had to take whatever job I could get in education, which was the behavioral support specialist position. And then from there, I was able to get a job through like this company where they helped you get your teaching credential, but they placed you in a school as a substitute teacher. Um, and so on my first day, they had me cover a long-term substitute position. So the difference between a day-to-day sub and a long-term sub is that a day-to-day sub just goes in, takes attendance, and makes sure that like no one dies. And then the long-term sub is actually responsible for posting assignments. I don't know if they require you to teach, but I took it upon myself to teach that class, and it was a business class. So I never had like, oh, I'm just gonna show up and take attendance and make sure they're doing their work, and then, call it a day. Like, I've been teaching since the very beginning. So all in all, I think I've been in education for like 2 years. So
Nice.
yeah.
Wow.
What do we call it?
Very good commentary, you
Is-
guys. Nice.
Yeah.
I was
Wow.
gonna, I was gonna say
Thanks.
it was a lot to
That's
get
really
in.
impressive.
Yeah, I was about to say, but
Yeah, it
do
was like
you
a
see
route they had to
yourself
take.
like
A different
continuing
route.
to go that route, or did you want like to switch it up again?
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay. For the purposes of anybody watching that could identify me as a teacher, of course, I think I could be in this world for the next 30 years. I'm gonna retire in teaching. Off the record, no. I see myself probably in this for like another 5 years because, like I was telling you guys, I want to create my own gym clothing line. And like you guys know, I have my own fitness account that's like all about motivation and stuff. And then I'm like an
Wait,
entrepreneur, so
well,
I want
talk
to one
about that a
day.
little bit. How you got into fitness because you came out of nowhere and started like hitting the gym
Getting
out of
Yeah.
nowhere,
jacked?
and
Yeah.
then, yeah,
Just
I
getting
remember.
jacked?
Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk
Um,
about that because I came out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
like what motivated you?
so it's not really out of nowhere. I mean, as you guys know, like I've always been an athlete. I've played soccer since I was like 7 years old. So sports and athletics has always been a big part of my life. Um, like I live and breathe soccer. Like at one point in high school, like my dream was to become a professional soccer player. Um, but then I went and tore my ACLs, and that just ended my career. Um, and that's actually where it got me to my career path. So when I tore my ACLs, I went into physical therapy, but I went into sports physical therapy because I wanted to get back to playing soccer. And in sports physical therapy, that's where I kind of was exposed to the career path of physical therapy. And I talked to my therapist and things like that. And they kind of inspired me to, like, they brought that idea of like, oh, this is a career path that seems interesting. And then in high school I took a physiology and anatomy class, and I really liked that class. So I was like, okay, what careers can I do with this subject that I really like? And I found physical therapy. And so in college, my bachelor's or my major was kinesiology with an emphasis in exercise science. So literally all my classes were exercise based. And I don't know if you guys know, but Cal State Northridge has like a really, really nice gym. And so I wanted to keep fit. And so I stayed active through playing soccer. Recreational though, like I wasn't in a club or anything. Through my classes, because we had to do physical, like actual physical activities. Like we had to do physical fitness tests and things like that for my classes. And then just me on my own, one of my hobbies being um in the gym. But I wasn't very consistent because I mean I was going to school, and then, well, I wanted to get my own car because I was riding a bike my first 2 years, and then I got my parents' car, and that car was like, it was, I don't even know how it's still moving. But I was like, no, I need my own independence. I need some sort of independence. And so I started working. But honestly, I don't even know why, but I was working like 32 hours a week, which when you're taking a full load, like I was taking, I think like 13 units at the time. So I just had a full load, so I wasn't really consistent the way I should have been. Um, and then it wasn't until after college, well, COVID hit, and so then I bought a rack for like the cages or whatever for my garage, and I started working out a little bit. And then I got into a relationship, and then that stopped. And let's just say the relationship ended really badly, and that caused me to spiral and make decisions that were not the greatest for my mental and emotional and physical health. And so it just got to a point where I was like, I don't like who I am anymore. Like, these
Is
things
this
that
when
I'm
you
doing.
went ghost mode on
Yeah,
Instagram?
yeah. I just, so, okay, no, this was before that. This is before that. So I was like doing all kinds of crazy things. And so then I was like, I don't like who I am. Like, I don't like what I'm doing. Like, this, I don't feel happy. And so then I was like, no. Like, all this that happened to me is not going to define me. I'm gonna be better, you know? And so then, yeah, that's when I went ghost and I deleted all my social media accounts, and except for my TikTok and my gym account. And I just started going like full send on the gym. So that's my little story.
How how was like deleting your social medias like? Because it's hard like not to like check your Instagram and like at least stuff like that at least like once a day. I
What do
mean,
you
yeah,
mean?
TikTok's pretty good.
Oh, I think he
Cause
means when you deleted your account,
like
right, Kevin?
Oh, no. Okay,
yeah,
so actually I was really happy when I deleted my account, because I started noticing, this is why I said like I wasn't really happy anymore, because I I got to a point where I started comparing myself to the people I was seeing on Instagram and stuff.
mm,
And honestly, it wasn't even just Instagram. It was just celebrities in general, like Carol G and Becky G. I remember there was a music video, I think it's Mala Santa, where she's like dancing in like lingerie and stuff. And like I was comparing myself to her. I'm like, "Oh my god, like I wish I could look like that. I wish, you know." And like my aunts, they were making commentaries. She's like, "Oh my gosh, she's so skinny. Like she's so beautiful. She's so this." And I was like, why can't people see me that way? And like it just got really negative, and like just my whole mental and emotional state was just bad. And so that's why like I was okay going ghost. Um, and it was actually really good for me, because like I deleted Snapchat too, and it had gotten to a point where I couldn't take pictures of myself without a filter. And then when I got all my social media back, including Snapchat, I remember I opened it up and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I put the filter on and I was like, "Ew, what is it?" Like I hated how I looked with the filter.
Mhm.
Whereas before I went on the cleanse, or whatever you want to call it, I couldn't take a picture without using a filter. So,
I that's great. That's good. That's so good though. Like I'm
yeah.
happy that because I want to do that too, but I'm like it's hard. It's very
Really?
mentally hard to like just like let go of everything else and just kind of like focus on yourself. I want to do that, but it's hard. So that's why I give
It's
props to
hard
you.
because you're constantly feeling like you're missing out on something.
Yeah,
Oh, not for me. I didn't care.
For me, I like
man, she
that's
didn't care
always
about
like the
us, man.
biggest
We're in
thing,
the group chat. We're like, damn,
especially
where's
TikTok.
Arlene?
Like I feel like I can delete any of my other social medias except for TikTok.
No, I
Now, since
agree.
the
Same.
pandemic, I feel so dependent on TikTok just to have
I
my
get all
days
my
pass by.
information from TikTok.
Yeah, I really do. Like
I
I
heard,
feel
Isn't
like
that
I
kind of bad
use
though?
it
Because
is
someone
bad.
could be
It is bad.
misleading you,
well, no,
misinformation on
because
TikTok.
like for at least for me, like when I see someone saying a story, I'm not gonna say what specific stories because I don't want to bring out anything. But like if I see something, I do my own research towards it because I want to know more.
But
And
most
I
of
And
the
that
feel,
work.
and I keep
information,
looking, and then I'll keep looking on TikTok to get more videos about it. And if I hear two different stories, then I'm like, okay, now I gotta investigate
Stories
myself.
about it.
But I feel like I get more of my daily broadcast through there.
Oh, sounded like
yeah,
it.
yeah, that sounded like what she was gonna say.
Yeah. You
Oh,
froze
she's back.
anyway.
She's
She's back.
back.
She's back. She's back.
It's just like
There she.
um, but yeah,
Yeah.
she left
Yeah.
us. It's funny because I remember
Yep.
I was looking through the group chat and then I was like, "Well, there's someone's missing," and then I was like, "Wait, it's Arlene." And I was like, "Oh, she went ghost mode," but I feel like a
Oh,
lot of
I
people go
know.
ghost mode. Yeah,
We were missing you for a bit. We were wondering where you went.
Yeah. I was just focusing on myself.
But now, even then, I feel like, what's the point of having a phone if I don't have social media? Because I feel like that's what I mainly use my phone for.
Really?
Really?
I feel like now I
Yeah.
use it just for work.
Same.
No, because I don't really need it for anything else.
I use my
Like,
phone for work or to play Wordle. now chess,
Weirdo.
because I really like chess, and so I started playing chess again.
I don't know how to play
my
chess.
Oh,
Yeah, I never played.
Yeah,
That I don't
but
know how to play chess.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like
Oh wait, sorry, I had a question for Arlene real quick. Arlene, you
Okay.
said you tore your ACL.
yeah, both.
Okay, so I recently not recently actually, I tore my meniscus and a partial tear on my ACL a couple months ago. Actually, a couple years ago. And recently, I think I might have torn my left one, but I'm having an MRI
Recently?
tomorrow to find out.
What happened recently?
So, any advice?
Yes, recently.
Recently,
I recently torn. I think I recently torn my left one as well. I find out tomorrow with my MRI. But any advice? Because I might get surgery if I torn both. If I torn both, I'm not gonna hold on because I've been living with this situation for 6 years, but now it's reaching to the point where my left one might have torn as well.
I mean, okay, so, okay, no, because they gave me the option too when I first, so both my ACLs are torn. So I had
Still?
surgery on. No.
Oh, okay.
I had surgery, yeah. But in the first time when I tore it, they gave me the option. They're like, well, you don't have to repair
Yeah.
it. You can live your life perfectly fine without it. But they said if you want to go back to playing sports, especially soccer, you're gonna need it. And so I was like, all right, cut me open, you know. So I mean, for you, if you're not really active, doesn't
I am
really
active.
matter.
That's the thing. Because I work out. I run, but now I have to be so limited that I don't do anything, which sucks. I'm bored. Like I can't even go for a small hike because my leg gets swollen.
Yeah,
And it sucks.
So basically, what the ACL does is it like
I also have a
can't
dog, and I can't take her out.
it's like it does this. It's hard to explain.
They say that, but it's like basically not everything's just going like your bones are just going like this, like they're
Oh, that's
just
your
moving.
meniscus. So yeah, that's that cartilage in between your kneecaps that helps your bones not basically do that, just grind against each other. There's not really like a cure for that I know of because that is cartilage. But for the ACL tear, there's a couple different ways you can fix that. I will say that recovery is not easy. I was out for like 6 months.
Yeah.
But doctor took care of me and gave me that good right after surgery. So
I mean,
I was out like light.
I was supposed to have surgery during the pandemic, but the pandemic kind of like I couldn't because so then I was like, okay, whatever. But then like it started to feel a little better.
Mm-hmm.
But then like there's times where like I just can't do anything, like it's so swollen, and then there's times that like I could do stuff, and then there's other times that I can't. So I'm like going on and off, taking breaks from the gym, and then going back, and then taking another break, and then going back. It's just it's annoying. So it's getting to the point where I'm just like I just can't do anything no more. So
yeah, I mean, unless you like for the meniscus.
Well, it's both. It's my meniscus and a partial tear on my ACL.
So with the partial tear, think of like a rope and like those thick ropes that are like twisted. Partial tear is like when it's like still hanging, like it's not cut all the way. And then complete tear is when it's like and so with a partial tear, I don't really know how they like fix it, to be honest. I just know how they fix it for like a complete tear, but
a full tear.
Yeah, because it's still partially torn. I mean, you can still do those movements, you just can't do them as well. And because I mean it's injured, it's gonna get inflamed. That's what causes the swelling. So pretty much anything that you do that causes irritation to those ligaments in that area in your knee is just gonna cause swelling. So I mean, it's up to you. You're young, so surgery's
the best option.
An option. Yeah, because you have forever, or not forever, but until you just literally can't move anymore. If you were older, then I would say no, because there's no point, because you're already on the decline. But I mean, it's true.
Yeah, it's just because you're getting old, grandma. It's like, you know what I noticed? My family gets injured a lot.
What do you mean? Oh yeah,
Sancho with his broken arms. you with your ACL, Arlene with the ACL too, and then I broke my arm too.
Crystal when she was
Awesome.
younger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Krista has a story.
Yeah,
right
with her
there.
hand.
Never
I
gonna
broke-
tell that story though.
Krista, you have to bring that story up real quick.
Never ever.
Well,
No,
yeah, why not? We're talking about injuries.
Yeah, now you
No.
have to
I broke-
because people are gonna be probably confused.
they're
Sorry,
okay.
Kevin.
Yeah.
They're okay. I still have.
No, but
I
you
still
have to
them.
you have to tell people what exactly we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I hate telling this story.
I know it kind
Too
of
bad.
like
Because
gives me
Look it up.
flashbacks.
no, it's not just that, but it's a story that my mom loves to tell for some reason. Like, I don't understand it, but she loves to tell this story. I do have scars, though. You can see them right there. But, okay, when I was little, I was a bit of a troublemaker. Just a little bit. And I was always grounded. So I was a big troublemaker, okay? I was always grounded. And there was this one time, all my cousins and their friends were playing outside, and I was supposed to be inside. But I heard them yelling and running outside, so I was like, okay, you know what? Nobody's watching me right now. I'm gonna go outside. So where we lived, right next to our apartment was the laundry room.
Oh yeah.
And my
I know
cousins
what
were
story it
there
is.
playing with the door of the laundry room, like opening and closing it, slamming the door. And I decided to lean up against the wall on the edge of the door where it, like, the side of the door where the nail is to close it. You know what I mean? So when I was...
Oh my god, I don't even like talking about that.
When I was leaning against the door, they closed the door. My fingers got trapped inside that part. And basically my finger, like, to the bone, it cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, they were
so
hanging.
my finger, like the tip of my fingers, like the tip over here, was literally hanging my skin. Yeah, I know.
Oh, Aylin, there you go. That's a perfect example of what your ACL looks like.
Yeah. So, but what's crazy is I was 6 years old when this happened, okay? As soon as it happened, I didn't realize it. Like, I think I was just in shock that I had no reaction whatsoever. I don't think I had a reaction until my mom saw the injury and she started screaming, started panicking, and it was right then where my grandma had to literally slap my mom in the face because of how panicked she was. So I was rushed to the hospital. I had surgery. I was really lucky because I dead ass could have lost my fingers.
Yeah.
From how
Damn.
grave the injury was. But I
Imagine-
literally have I literally made it on time. But what's funny is now you'll look at my fingers and it's like nothing ever happened to them. Like I literally just have a scar down the edge of my finger right here, and then one at the back of my finger. And that's pretty much it.
Wow.
And it's like not even my nail looks different or anything. Like it literally looks the same.
Yeah.
How long did it take to heal, if you remember?
It took
I
years.
don't remember how
It
long
took
it
years
took.
because even in the beginning, even a year later, it still looked a lot chunkier than the other fingers.
Of course.
Yeah. Yep. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
You guys-
You said it took years.
I said-
Wait.
Even a
said
year
it took-
later, it still looked chunky compared to the others. Like a lot
Yeah.
chunkier. Like I feel like now, after years and years, it looks like nothing ever happened.
Yeah. Now they're still bony, like the rest of my fingers. Yeah.
And you guys know the story about my teeth falling out?
Oh yeah.
I was
oh my
waiting for
God.
Wait, you want to know
I
something
don't
funny?
even know this.
Wait, you want to know something funny? Kevin is always clowning on me, and I always say, you know what? Your month is coming up. I'm waiting till your month comes up so I can bring up your injury. And I was literally waiting until April to make fun of him.
Why April?
But go ahead. Because
I don't even know. I don't
You
even
don't know
know
the
the
story?
story. No.
What?
Alright.
Oh, there's
What?
a crazy story.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Go, Kevin.
So it was Christmas, and I was a freshman in high school, and I was gonna join football the following on that winter. And so I asked my mom for football gloves for Christmas, and I got them. So I texted my friend. I'm like, "Oh, let's go to the park, and we could like throw around, and like we could use the gloves already." Okay, we got there, blah blah blah, and he throws the ball up, and I went to go for the ball, but for some reason he thought he threw the ball too short, so he went for it at the same time as well. And I was looking up at the ball, and then we collided. So my two front teeth just went flying off. And then I was like,
Oh
and
my
then
gosh.
I remember
Oh.
with my tongue, I felt my gums. I was like, oh, shish kebab. And I started panicking, and then we went to the water fountain so we could just like get all the blood out. And then me and my friend were like, should we look for the teeth? So we looked for the teeth on the ground, and it took us a while, but we found them. They look like Tic Tacs, like out of your mouth.
Yeah.
They were very.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So
Wait,
we
so you
found
have
them.
fake teeth?
No,
No,
he has real
they're
teeth.
my same teeth. I found my teeth
Oh.
on the ground, and then I called my mom, and
He
then we're
went on
like,
a little vacation.
I called my mom. I'm like, yeah, I just had a big accident. I lost my front two teeth. So we got there, and they picked me up. We went home. My mom started making fun of me, and she was like, "Oh, look, Cindy's over here." Thanks, mom. And then we called actually Eileen's mom because she's a dentist assistant. No,
No, she
She
just works at
manages
a
the dental
dentist.
office.
She
Wait,
works
She works
at
at
an
the-
got
office.
it. I
Okay.
just got it. Because you said your mom called you Cindy, and I was like, why is he calling you
yeah,
Cindy?
sin
La
dientes.
Cindy. Yeah,
Oh,
I just got
I
it.
get it now. I didn't
Yeah.
catch it earlier. I was like, what?
These simientes, that's funny.
I know he was
I
like,
thought you guys
she called
got
me-
it.
No.
Cindy, yeah, she called me Cindy. Sin dientes.
That's
Yeah,
me.
no,
Yeah.
now I get it, but I didn't get it at first.
Oh, that's really
So-
funny.
So yeah, we call Eileen's mom, and she's like, "Oh, put the teeth in
Like
Cup
milk
of
in a
and
milk.
glass
you
of
know?
milk, cup of milk." And then we went to the hospital right after. And this was like on Christmas Day, like the 25th. So like there's no dentist or doctors like at the hospital. So they had to call like an emergency or like dentist to come. And they put my teeth the same day back on. And yeah, that was
Oh.
Wait, how'd
And
they
like-
put him on?
so they put them back on, and then they put like this brace on it where it's connected to your like canines. And then so the teeth could heal, like the teeth are bones, so they could heal back.
So they just like,
And-
Like a broken bone. Yeah, it's like a
Attached?
broken bone.
Yeah.
oh,
So they did attach the back, and then I had like this brace on it for like almost a year and a half. And I
That's
was going to the
wild.
dentist almost every month, and they said I was lucky that I didn't have to get fake teeth because the bones healed perfectly.
You would have been like Steve-O from Jackass. He takes his
Yep.
teeth off.
Oh my god, no. Wait,
I
I
had-
remember
Oh, that's disgusting.
I had this procedure done on me where they had to take out the nerves from my front three teeth, so I don't feel anything in my front three teeth.
Wait, really?
dang! So you can
Hmm?
like bite ice cream?
Yeah, I mean, I bit ice cream either way before, but yeah, I could buy ice cream without feeling it.
You freak.
I
That's
could-
weird.
Yeah, I know. That's
I
the
bite
I
ice
don't-
cream
Psycho-
too.
Only psychopaths do that.
No, literally.
I bite ice cream.
Nah,
Well,
my daughters
that
buy
makes
ice cream
sense.
too. My daughters buy ice cream too
It's a personal
because
choice.
it's on me. So then, yeah, but yeah, that's the story when I lost my tooths. the
Damn, we all
teeth.
have our injuries
Yeah.
are not normal.
Yeah, well, like there's other like family members got injured too.
Easy. This was the only injury I ever had.
I also broke my arm, which is not fun.
I've never broken an arm. I
Oh,
think
I
I might
never
have. I
broke-
think I might have sprained my arm recently though at the gym. I
Eileen,
can't.
you're like
sprained
that.
my
I
wrist.
I can't.
I
I
almost had a
can't push.
concussion.
I can't push anything. Like if I try, every time I try to push, it hurts. And I think it
You-
would happen because I was doing front squats and I felt this going too back, but I was still trying to finish the set. And then when I put it back on, I was like, okay, it hurts. I think I should go home. Then the
remind
next
me-
day, I
remi-
just can't do anything.
Remind
I
me
think
of
it's
that
all
one
broken.
SpongeBob. You remind me of that one SpongeBob character, that one that always gets hurt, and they're like, my leg, my arm.
Yeah, I'm that
one-
person.
yeah, that's Eileen.
Yeah,
I
but
did
come on, like
get almost
Kevin,
get
when
a
have you?
concussion.
Oh yeah, because Christoph, when you fell from in cheerleading.
Yeah. that was scary. I deadass blacked out. Like, as soon as I hit the floor, I blacked out for a few seconds, and then they woke me up. And then, yeah. I didn't have a concussion, though, so that's good. I
You
survived.
sure about that?
I don't know. Maybe.
I know. Sometimes you show
They just-
symptoms.
She's just a little off. She's just a little off.
I've been a little off. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was never the same after. But yes.
Injuries.
Injuries are scary.
That's late. Injuries suck.
Yeah, they do. They're no
They really
fun.
do.
Yeah, they're really not. But it's when
Yeah.
you get the attention from your injury that's kind of fun.
You want to know one of the
Yeah.
first things I said?
That's the only good part.
One of the first things I said when I lost my teeth was
What?
I was like talking to my friend. I was like, dude, I'm not gonna get any girls like this anymore.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
You
a
would.
freshman in high school. Like, come on. Like, I'm barely going through puberty, or like,
Yeah,
starting, like
you're
in the
lucky
middle
to
of
have been
puberty.
over. Right.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't get any girls now with this. Yep. That was one of the funniest things I remember from that day.
Hmm.
Good times.
Too funny.
We're almost. Well, we're at 43
I knew she was
minutes.
gonna say that. Uh-huh.
Who?
You?
Me?
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
him?
She was talking about you.
Did you want to ask anything to Arlene, Crystal? Because it was pretty much me and Arlene had asked her the question. So now give her a question, Crystal.
Let me think. What's a good
TikTok.
question?
No, there's no thinking here. Let's go.
Arlene, have you or will you,
No.
if you could, would you
She's not going anywhere with this.
have? Yeah,
Nah, she's not going.
if you had
She's
the
asked like
option-
5 question words.
No, if you had the option in your life. Okay, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
What the hell, Crystal?
Out of all the questions.
Flights.
Flight, okay. And no, just kidding. No, just kidding. Oh no. I have a good question. So obviously our side of the family is Guatemalan. From what part of
Oh, yeah.
the world is your mom's side?
From El Salvador.
El Salvador.
Acceptable.
I think Crystal.
Very
I feel like
Salvador.
Crystal and I are the only half Guatemalan, half Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Isaac,
When-
Mikey, Jimmy, they're all
Like
our cousins
everyone,
are
most
half
of our
Slavi,
cousins
too.
are half Salvadorian or just full Guatemalan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is
As
where
in-
we're having discussion where you guys are more Mexican than like everyone else.
Yeah, that's because we
Yeah.
are. Because
Sorry.
we were raised pure. I don't know. Even my grandma, she raised us completely Mexican, like considering that she's full Guatemalan
Yeah.
and born and
she was
raised there
confused.
too. And she came
funny.
from.
Yeah.
I brought. Yeah, no, I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, that's kind of funny.
You know what I
So
think
when
it is?
we-
I just think the fact that when she came to America, she was surrounded by a bunch of Mexicans,
Yeah, that's true.
and she got accustomed to that culture.
Pretty sure.
That's really
Could
all
be.
I think it is.
Have you visited the motherland, Arlene? You haven't been to
Like,
any of
Latin?
your
Or
motherlands?
have you been
like
to Savi, though?
honestly, yeah, I've been there twice. Like I feel like I kind of like identify with their grandma
Savi?
because yeah, like honestly, no offense, but like I don't really consider myself Guatemalan. I used to say it like, oh, I'm half Guatemalan, half Salvadorian, and like I still identify it.
Mhm.
But like truly, I feel full Salvadorian because I mean I've
You were raised like
been
that.
with
Yeah.
with my mom. She's full Salvadorian, and my stepdad is full Salvadorian too. Like born and raised over there. He came here when he was like 14. And I mean, I grew up with my grandma who is full Salvadorian. You know, born and raised over there. And so like even the Spanish I know is Salvadorian Spanish.
Ooh.
So
Wait. What do you call straw?
Bahia.
No, what do you call? What?
Never heard of
No,
that before.
never heard of that.
Yes, it's
Oh,
like-
what is
it's-
it?
No, they're Mexicans
No,
and they
no,
call
no.
it popote. They call it
No,
popote.
what the
Like,
hell?
no,
Get out with that, get out with that.
Wait, I have one. What do you call marshmallow? Because Kevin's way of saying it was not right.
Oh yeah,
What did I
I
say?
we call it marshmallow.
You said marshmallow.
Oh yeah, I said marshmallow.
So it's definitely it's definitely not marshmallow. There's a word for it, and
For Crystal and I is bonbon.
Bonbones, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
bonbones is
maybe.
marshmallow for us.
Honestly, I don't really know. I learned the word for marshmallow like twice, but it's probably like proper Spanish for the word for marshmallow, so it didn't really stick. And when I say I learned it, I mean like I found out about it like maybe a year or two ago. Like for example, Jamaica, I think I learned like 2 years ago that it's hibiscus.
Yeah, I
in
know. I
English.
found that out when I
Yeah.
was working at Starbucks because they will always come in asking for Jamaica, and I was like, we don't have that here. Like, why would we have agua frescas here?
Yeah.
And
So
Starbucks, yeah.
then I
yeah,
found out
so
it was hibiscus.
yeah, so for marshmallow, to be honest, I don't really know. But yeah, we call them pajillas. What do you
Correct
use for?
way.
What do you say for straw?
Pajilla.
Okay, yeah. See,
It's
well,
a
that makes
Central
it's
American.
sense.
It says a Central
Because we're
American
like,
thing.
Central American, South American, and I think Spain uses pajilla too.
No, not South American. For example, in Argentina they call. I mean, not Argentina. In Colombia they call it. I think they call it pitillo. And then Argentina they have their own. They have their own
Oh
word
yeah.
for it. Yeah, I learned that because when I went over there, like I had seen so many videos of like people were like, oh, what is this called? You know, in your country, and I heard pitillo so many times that when I actually went to Colombia, they're like, oh, necesitas un pitillo, and luckily I had heard it before, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll take one. But had they said that to me for the first time, I'd be like, what the heck is that? So yeah,
The different options of Spanish.
yeah,
For
It's
real.
yeah,
so
like
interesting
It's
how
a
every country
category.
has their
yeah,
own little language that they or like
yeah,
terms.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
for example, for us, like we say for a dog, we call him Chucho. But when I went to Colombia, apparently they say Chucho is like his name.
Oh,
Yeah.
Whose name?
So because
his name.
his name, you know,
God?
his name, yeah,
Oh, I was like, who are we talking? Are we talking about the same person?
yeah. Because I thought because there was a store that said Tienda de Chucho, and I took a picture of it, and there's this like I don't know, Loki was like kind of aesthetic, and there was a dog like in the front. I was like, oh, that's so funny, and so I actually started talking to that guy, and we were talking about it. I was like, oh, tienda de chucho, that means like dog store, like store of the dog. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, see, I'm from Salvador, and so chucho means dog. And he's like, oh no, that's not what it means for us, and this and this and that. So yeah,
Awkward.
yeah, I was like, oh, dang. Okay.
It'll be funny if when we go, if we have an opportunity to all go to Guatemala. I think it'll be kind of funny.
I know we're all gonna. I'm
we're
pretty
all
sure they're gonna
different.
be
We're all
lost.
gonna be really confused. We're all gonna be so
Well,
confused.
not me because I've been
Not
there
only
twice, so
that,
I'll
but
be
we
fine.
also, I feel like we all have a different accent when it comes to speaking Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So
You'll
it's
he-
like, it's
yeah.
completely different. Like,
you'll hear the Walamana accent when you go. Like I didn't
yeah.
think there was one
yeah.
until I went this last time. I'm like, yeah, I hear it now.
Yeah, it's pretty thick.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm curious now.
It's pretty similar to the Salvadorian accent, but the
Yeah.
Salvadorian accent, like in certain places, is different. But like there are some words that are pronounced kind of the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like even with our stepdad, like his family's Nicaraguan, but sometimes speaking to like his other Nicaraguan family, not just like his sister and his mom, they do have like a slight accent to them.
Yeah.
So it's I feel like it's every country has their own little difference. But it's so interesting learning about it though.
I know,
Yeah.
because
in a way we're connected, but we're also separate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I remember I was talking to Andres one time, and I forgot what he was telling me, but I was like, "Hey, perate," and then because that's how that's our kind of slang or dialect, how we say it. And he started laughing. He's like, "Perate, what is that?" And I was like, "I'm telling you to wait." And then he was like, it's espérate, not perate. And I was like, it's the same thing. You understood me, you know? Like, so, I don't know. It's funny.
That's funny.
That is funny.
Okay.
I
Now
love
thinking
it.
about it, I'm
I
like,
love learning about it. It's so
Yeah.
interesting.
we need to travel, guys.
I know.
Well, Arlene has traveled to almost everywhere
Yeah.
already, leaving
Okay.
the rest
Yeah.
of us behind. But whatever.
Okay, first of all, not almost everywhere. I have so many places that I have not traveled to, but yes,
That's more
I
than
have.
what we have.
That's way more.
Yeah, yeah,
That's way more.
yeah. I have traveled quite a bit. I'm a. You
Was
can
it
call
because
me.
of was it because of
You-
school?
No,
Was this for
because
fun?
oh yeah, I had fun.
I'm confused, but okay.
I said, was it just for fun?
And I said, yeah, I had fun. You
Yeah.
can call me you can call me Mrs. Worldwide.
Ah, okay.
Oh no.
No, but yeah, I just like for example, so I didn't get a college graduation because COVID took that from me. And so the following year, literally, I don't know, 2021 is pretty much where I did all my traveling. Like I went to that year, just in 2021. I went to Utah for a week. I went to camp in Bryce and Zion. Then I went to Hawaii for like another week or so. After that, I went to El Salvador for 3 weeks. Literally, I came back from there for like 2 days, and I hopped on another plane and I went to Europe for a month. Then I came back, and like 3 months later in November for Thanksgiving break, I went to Colombia. So
Damn, girl.
yeah, all in that 1 year. So
Impressive.
yeah.
So we're
Very
about
cool.
an hour in now, guys. Did you guys want to wrap it up now? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can stop.
that was a- that was fun.
Arlene, it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you
It really was.
very,
It was kinda
very
fun.
much. You're
Yeah.
actually surprisingly an interesting person. I'm just
Oh,
Surprisingly?
Damn,
Wow.
shots
I'm just
fired.
kidding.
okay.
Shots
I'm
fired.
just kidding.
You know what? Next time I'll just be super boring. I'll be
I'm just kidding.
you know that episode from SpongeBob when he becomes like normal? He's like, "Hi, how are you?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll just be me. I'll
Gonna
just,
be you?
hi,
Got it.
nice to see
Alright.
you.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say
Who
we'll
you
see you.
are. Very, very interesting.
What?
Wow. I was gonna say, I was hoping for her to come back again, but Crystal just made fun of her, so I doubt if she's gonna
Oh,
come back
yeah.
now.
Yeah, 'cause-
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna come back again.
Sorry.
I don't like this negativity. I don't like this vibe. So it's the way you act.
Sorry.
I was trying to be like cool, young, you know, but guess not. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll stop. Sorry.
Anyways,
Anyways.
bye.
Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.